Happy Thursday, guys. We're almost at the end of the week, guys. I'm so excited for the weekend. It is going to be the weekend like no other. I have nothing planned. Can you believe that? And I think it's supposed to be beautiful weather, so I might go kayaking, but I don't know. It's so nice when you don't have tests, you don't have any studying to do. There's nothing going on. It's Promposal. So March 11th is National Promposal Day. So if we were to have proms, I don't even know if we're allowed to have proms this year. Today would be the day to think of a very clever way to ask the person you want to share that special evening with. And prom is something that's super memorable and special to everyone who makes it to their senior year of high school. But what makes it so special is usually who you're with. So I came up with a clever idea because people who graduated, the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, are kind of getting the short end of the stick. They finally made it, and then everything's canceling down. They're not able to have a special typical senior year like everyone who's come before and people who will come after have had. So what I think they should do is have an early class reunion in the form of a prom. I think that once everything opens back up, they should do this, and then they'll be a little bit older, but it'll be just as special, and they'll be able to rekindle with all those people that they weren't allowed to mingle with as much the last 2 years of high school. Oh my goodness. So as far as food goes today, I heard this and I'm like, oh my God, I want to try this so bad. I've never had it before. Oatmeal nut waffles. Doesn't that sound amazing? I've had oatmeal pancakes, but oatmeal nut waffles, that just sounds delicious. I want some so bad. I learned a little bit of history in the late 1970s, early 1980s. Johnny Appleseed, you know the song. I've definitely heard of Johnny Appleseed, but I didn't realize that the reason he got that is because he literally planted apple seeds all throughout the Northeast USA. Did you know that? And that's why they have the songs about him, because he just, like, from Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ontario, all over the place, he introduced apple seeds. And that's why there's apples growing all over the Northeast. I did not know that. In other parts of the world, like in Lithuania, I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, because I had to research these countries. Lithuania is between Germany and Russia. And it is celebrating its independence and restoration today. And it was like a tug of war. This country was in the middle between those two when they were trying to declare dominance. So from World War I, World War II, I think they first got their national state of Lithuania in 1918. They may even have a longer history than that, but that's as far back as I went. And then it was like a constant tug of war. They were under German rule. They were under Soviet Union rule. And then in 1990, they finally got their independence. And then they restored their history. And that's why it's Independence Restoration Day in 1990. So, interesting fact. And you go, guys. I hope stay strong, because it has to be tough being in, like, you're right there in the middle of it. I can't imagine being in the United States. You hear about the wars, but they're over the ocean. They're never at home, and you're right there constantly. The last 100 years has been crazy. I can't imagine. It's also Moshoeshoe's birthday. So Moshoeshoe is the king, or was the king of, I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce this correctly, Lesotho. Lesotho is a country that's literally in South Africa. South Africa, the country. It is a round country in the middle of South Africa country. It's crazy. So he was the king. He was born in 1776 and was king throughout the late 1700s, early 1800s, and you can only imagine how strong of a king he had to be to keep the Commonwealth from expanding into his territories. And I mean, to maintain his rule while all the land around him was being sucked up by England. I mean, that had to have taken strength. Just that knowledge alone, I know this man was strong. A very, very strong leader. So, props to Moshoeshoe. I think that's a really cool name too, Moshoeshoe. That's awesome. It's also Worship Your Tools Day, which I can completely understand. So it's also Plumber's Day, and it kind of goes for them too. But as far as it goes with me, you almost get to worship your tools because they allow you to do what you do. So without a plumber's tools, he's unable to do the jobs that he's really skilled at. Or for me, I work a lot with computers. Without a computer, I would be different. I would not be the same person. I would be completely changed. And I mean, I'd survive, but I would not be the person I am today. I would not be as useful as I am today because I rely on my tools to do what I'm good at, which I'm a really good I think of myself as a really good drafter. Let me just like give myself a pat on the back. But like, seriously, it goes from you super appreciate them to where you almost like worship them because, man, I take pristine care of my computer. If my computer has any issues, if I hear a sound in it, I'm over the top trying to make sure it's taken care of. I'm sure if you have someone who does any kind of like masonry work or a handyman, he takes excellent care of his tools because he knows if they break and they make it so he's unable to do his job or what he's good at, he can't make a living. He can't do what he does. So yeah, appreciate, worship, love your tools and take care of them so they can take care of you, right? It makes sense. I think it makes total sense. It's also Funeral Director and Mortician Day. And I also came up, it's Recognition Day for them because of course we have to recognize them, and like that's a job that I wouldn't ever want to do, and I'm sure y'all wouldn't want to do, but yeah, we should appreciate them. And I also made the connection and recognition that that's where Morticia Addams got her name. I know, I'm really late, I do that sometimes, but mortician, like I heard that and I was like, oh my God, that's Morticia. It makes perfect sense. If you haven't seen Addams Family, you have to watch Addams Family. I'm sure everybody's seen Addams Family. It's also Kidney Day. We appreciate our kidneys. And Wash Your Nose Day. And what they mean is like, make sure that this is kept clean. They actually have like water pumps, but the reason it's so significant right now is because it's spring and pollen's in the air, and this is the #1 time of year where people are suffering from sinusitis and hay fever, and right now you do not want any of that because people will think you have COVID. So keep your sinuses clean, keep allergy medicine around, keep try to stay away from things that you're allergic to, or the masks I bet help a lot to keep the allergens down away from like breathing it in. But anyways, it's Thursday, guys, almost there. Keep up the good work. Have a great day. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.